The national women's field hockey team was in action this morning at the Pan American Games in Santiago, Chile. Akim Toussaint and his Chargers came up against Group Leaders Argentina, and it was a difficult outing for Team TTO.
Trinidad and Tobago hockey women were aiming for an improved showing after defeats against the USA and Uruguay in early encounters at the Pan American Games. But it will be a tough ask versus the Group A leaders, who turned back the USA 5-1 and Uruguay 8-0. The first quarter was relatively sedate for the high-scoring South Americans, as they only registered 2 goals in that period. But they got into rhythm in the second and tacked on 6 more for an 8-0 halftime score. That was doubled in the third, and they went rampant on the now shell-shocked TNT outfit, who trailed 16-0 going into the final quarter. Argentina added another 5 for good measure to make the final score 21-0. The Argentines had 57% of possession, with a total of 17 penalty corners, from which they scored 8 of their goals. The games are not over for TNT though. They will feature in the places 5 to 8 classification match on Thursday. Wayne Cunningham, TTT Sport.
And in other news from the Pan American Games, on the track, Jared Elcock was first up in the men's 100-meter semi-finals, Heat 3. Running out of lane 2, he finished 4th in 10.58 and did not advance to the final. Up next was Rhea Thomas in Heat 1 of the women's 100-meter semis, and she just missed out on automatic qualification to the final, as she finished 3rd in her heat in 11.69 seconds, the same time credited to the second place Alonso of the Dominican Republic. In table tennis, Rian Chong fell to a 4-0 defeat against Daniela Fonseca of Cuba in the women's singles round of 32. The Cuban winning in 11-7, 11-1, 11-5, 11-6 to advance.